विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी सौदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन तीरवनचारी सौदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
खाली ऑर्डर के
गोपाल 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 जय जय प्रभुपाल श्री श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं भुवनं भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Welcome all the devotees for our Sunday evening or Gita course program. We have been doing now for I don't know, maybe 8 to 9 months.
Prabhuji, we can't hear properly. Can you be a little bit louder?
Okay. Is it better, Mataji?
Yes, Mother, Prabhuji, now it's better.
So thank you very much for all your enthusiasm and so eagerly and so patiently tolerating all of us in our Bhakti Vrikshas and bringing so much of energy. And we always look forward to have this association with you. Definitely would have loved to have physical programs, the satsangs where we come together, sing and dance together. But anyway, let's continue as much as possible or this virtual program as well, because we have so many participants joining from so many different places. Yes, we have a big festival coming up. That's next Sunday. Anybody knows what is a big?
Narsimha.
Yes. Lord Narasimha.
Narsimha Jayanti, yeah.
Yes. So yes, we celebrate Krishna Janmashtami, we celebrate Ram Navami, we celebrate Lord Narasimha Chaturdasi. This is the day, Lord came, to protect a devotee, right? Wouldn't you feel so? Isn't it so wonderful that Lord appears just to protect one devotee? Right, in Krishna Lila, he performed so many wonderful pastimes with so many devotees. He killed so many demons. Even during Ramayana also, he performed so many pastimes. But in Narasimha Chaturdasi, we remember that what was the devotion of that simple young boy, Prahlad, right? Just to protect him, Lord appears from Vaikuntha. What is that quality of Prahlad Maharaj? What is that quality? So I'm asking you, right? Like, no need to unmute yourself, right? Maybe you can just put it in your chart, right? What is the quality of Prahlad, right? That attracted Lord Narasimha Dev.
He was a pure devotee.
Okay.
And then he was
Just one word, just you put it in the message. Just one word, you put it in the message. What exactly, when you think of Prahlad Maharaj, what comes to your mind? Like Prabhuji saying, his faith, totally surrendered to the Lord. Always trust Krishna. Thank you. Very nice. Complete dependence on the Lord. Anything else that comes to your mind because like somehow thanks to the pious land of Bharatavarsha, I'm sure most of you have heard of Lord Narasimha pastimes. How Prahlad Maharaj heard about like the Supreme Lord while he was in the womb of the mother, Kayadhu. And then once he came out, right, he was completely attached to singing and glorifying and chanting and the glories of the Lord. And how Hiranyakashipu, he was trying his best to really stop that glorification of the Lord. Yes, B.K. Chaudhary Prabhu is saying that, yes, he was fearless. How he was so fearless? Because he had so much of faith in the Supreme Lord. Like here you see the two extreme examples we can see in this pastime. Here Lord Narasimha Dev, devotee here Prahlad, he didn't have anything. He was just a simple young boy. And on the other hand, Hiranyakashipu, he had so much of big opulence, huge opulence, fame, prestige, adoration, distinction, the whole kingdom. He had everything, right? But he was always fearful. Fearful of what? Of Prahlad Maharaj. He was thinking that what is that? And Prahlad having that like I am really getting scared. Yes, like he is really always thinking of the killer of my brother Hiranyaksha, the Lord Vishnu, and I'm not able to do anything like for this boy Prahlad. And Prahlad, he didn't have anything, any shelter, right? Any kind of so-called right opulence what his father had. He was always peaceful. That's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita there's a very nice verse. It says, Siddhi Bhukti Mukti Kami Sakale Asan Krishna Bhakta Niskam Atayava Santa. Like who are always looking for, right, the material desires. They are always an asant. Once you always look forward to gain something of this material world, which is so illusory, which is so temporary, will be always in anxiety. But the devotees of the Lord, Krishna Bhakta Niskam, he doesn't want anything of this material world. He wants the Supreme Lord Krishna. And that's why he's always peaceful, because he's attached to the Supreme Lord Krishna. Because he says, I have everything. If somebody has, let's say, billions and billions and billions of rupees, will he be really worried if 10 rupees goes and 10 rupees goes, somebody gives 10 rupees or somebody, takes him 10 rupees from that person? Not really. Similarly, the Lord's devotee, he always thinks that I'm with the Supreme Lord. What kind of disturbance I will have through this miseries, through these waves of the ocean, material ocean that is really bringing it up. He's not disturbed by all of that. So thank you for bringing up these wonderful qualities. So many have said that how Prahlad Maharaj, he was always having so much of faith in the Supreme Lord. Not only the Supreme Lord that he didn't see, right, but he had heard about him while he was in the womb of his mother. Similarly, right, yes, he might not have seen the Supreme Lord, but then once we hear from the acharyas, from the spiritual master, we should have that faith that yes, Lord is there to reciprocate. And as you have heard, when at the end, like this Hiranyakashipu asked, you are saying that like Lord is everywhere and you are getting all the strength from the Supreme Lord. Is your Lord here? Is your Lord there? Is your Lord here? And then he showed a pillar. And then Prahlad Maharaj said that yes, Lord is everywhere. If you are asking, is he there in pillar? Yes, he is there in the pillar also. And as ordered by his devotee, like Lord Narasimhadev appeared there. They're very beautifully, our Acharya is singing this very beautiful verse. They are saying, Satyam vidhatum nijavritya bhasitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana adrusyatati adbhutarupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham. 7.8.17 in Bhagavatam. Here, it is mentioned that how Lord appeared to protect the word of a devotee. Satyam vidhatum nijabhrutya bhasitam. Nijabhrutya. So Lord, like always says, right? Oh Arjuna, please announce. Kaunteya pratijanihi namai bhakta pranasati. Arjuna, please declare that my devotee never perishes. Because I don't want to declare myself, because I can sometimes break my words as well to protect the words of my devotee. But if my devotee says something, I will ensure that I fulfill that. So here Prahlad Maharaj said that yes, Lord is here and he is bound to appear. That's what we see, that how Srila Prabhupada has said that yes, everywhere there will be the glorification of the holy name. Prithvite yachiyati nagaradi gram sarvatra prachara hoive murana. That's what Lord had predicted 500 years back. The devotees had predicted it. And yes, it is getting manifested. Lord will ensure the devotees' words are really getting fulfilled. Yesterday, we are discussing in one program that how that Srila Prabhupada, while he was building this Juhu temple, he had committed that, oh Lord Ras Bihari, I'll build a nice temple for you, and whatever cost, like it was a big struggle, but then Lord orchestrated, Lord manifested so nicely. And then in another part of Bombay, Prabhupada had said that, yes, I would really like to see a nice temple there. At that time, there was nothing. But then it's just a matter of couple of years and a beautiful temple manifested. Now, yes, especially like the words that is coming from a devotee, they are like absolute truth. So here Prahlad Maharaj said that, yes, Lord is there in this pillar also. And Lord appeared. How he appeared? Adrusyata ati adbhuta rupam. He appeared in this half man and half lion rupa, right? And like everybody, right, was so astounded, so astonished, and seeing this beautiful form. Ati adbhuta, so wonderful form. Stambhe savayam, right? And that pillar of in that sabha, Namrugam Namanusam is not an animal or is not a human being. And the Lord can do anything, right, to protect the word of a devotee and to ensure that his devotee is protected. That's what a devotee should have the faith. So here, I thought that today we'll try to learn one very beautiful verse that we always should remember. That, oh Lord, that somehow or other I have come to this material world because of my material desires that I want to enjoy. I want to really fructify. I want to really fulfill all my desires. But the more I'm getting to attached to these desires, I'm getting more entangled. But oh my Lord, please ensure that, please remove all my material desires. And how you really remove, please do open up my heart, because you only can open it up, and you only know what is there in my heart, which is full of anarthas, which is full of filthy desires. You open it up and take it out, like just as you had uprooted the intestine of Hiranyakashipu and really liberated him, and you took him to your own abode. Similarly, you take out my filthy desires and purify it, and then really make it eligible so that you can sit peacefully always in my heart. That's what Lord is being requested. He's really being prayed. So this is one verse that we should always pray, like as we always pray this Namaste Narsimhaya, this prayer. I would request that some of you also can learn this verse. It's a very beautiful verse. This is there in our Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 18th chapter. Some of you sometimes ask, how do you pray to the Lord? This is how we should pray to the Lord, especially in front of Lord Narsimha. Maybe you can just try to repeat this verse. Everybody can see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, good. Okay. You can really be muted, but you can chant at your own place. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Jaste Jase Aviravir Bhava Vajranakha Vajradamshtra Karmasayan Randhaya Tamograso Graso Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuishthavom Shrom Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Jaste Jase Aviravir Bhava Vajranakha Vajradamshtra Karmashayan Randhaya Tamograsho Grashavam Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuishtavam Shro. So here Prahlad Maharaj is praying to Lord Narasimha. He's saying that Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Narasimha. He's a source of all power. Tejas Tejase. Abir Bhava. And he's saying that Vajra Nakha Vajra Damsra. You possess nails like thunderbolt. You possessed teeth of the power of thunderbolt. And what do you do with that strong nails and strong teeth? Karma sayan randhaya. Please vanquish all my material desires. And please remove all the ignorance that is there within my heart, all the darkness which is then in my heart. And yes, you give me that fearlessness. Abhayam. And not only, right, I become pacified, my mind becomes pacified, right? And I really become closer to you. This is the very beautiful mantra that we should really chant. And Prabhupada is saying at the end that any devotee aspiring to be free of material desires should offer this respectful prayers. Why a devotee asks for any material, no material desires? Why a devotee doesn't want any material desires? When Lord appeared and he asked Prahlad Maharaj, please, I'm so happy with you. Please let me know what kind of a benediction you want. What Prahlad Maharaj asked? Oh Lord, I'm not here to do some transaction. I'm not here to do some business with you. I'm just like a selfless servant. What can I really ask from the Supreme Lord? And very beautifully, thanks to who is that? Our Hemu Mataji. He said that because all these material desires, yehi sansparsaja bhoga dukkha yeno evate, all this material, they are the cause of the distress. If I'm really asking, like if somebody is really drowning in the ocean, if you put one more 10 kg of this crown, it will accelerate going down in the ocean. Like sometimes even the Lord says that. I would really like to see. Sometimes some devotee asks that yes, I go here and there. My material desires get fulfilled. But if I really come to the Supreme Lord Krishna, most of my material desire doesn't get fulfilled. That's why better I don't go to Krishna. Why Lord Krishna doesn't fulfill the material desires? Anybody knows? Why Lord saying that? I don't fulfill the desires of that. Like my devotee might ask sometime.
So that he is not involved more into that material desires. He's free from that.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Yeah, right. Like he's completely focused. You would like to hear?
Lord Shiva is called as Ashutosh, who is always gives us whatever we desire. But Lord Krishna doesn't give. He doesn't give a passion, because goodness, passions, and all those things, ignorance and all those things is not from him. It is from Ashutosh, that is Shiva. The three material world. It's a materialistic this thing.
Lord Krishna is saying, Krishna kahe ama bhaje mage visaya sukha amruta chhade visa mage ei vada murkha. This person, he's asking for visa. He's asking for like visaya. Visaya sukha means it's full of poison. It's amruta chhadi. And I am here to give the Krishna bhakti, the love of Godhead. And he's not asking me you know, he's not asking for that the highest thing that I have, but he's really asking for some tiny, material pleasures. He's really a murkha. He's really a fool. But who am I? Ami Bigya, ei murkha bisay kene diva. Lord is saying that, yes, I am the intelligent person, right? And ei murkha bisay kene diva. No, why should I really give something really insignificant to him? And he's saying, Swacharanamrita diya bisaya phulaiva. I will give him Swacharanamrita. I'll give him the nectar that is flowing from my lotus feet. And with that, he will forget the Visaya. With that, Prabhupada gives a very nice story. One time, very, like old lady, she was there on the forest, always to take the wood from the forest, and then he will sell it in the village. That would be her, part of her earning and living. Right? And one day she would really put all this big bundle of wood, and she would be returning from the forest, and she would be very tired. And she would cry out to the Lord, oh Lord, please come and help me. I'm suffering so much. And seeing this pity and seeing this trouble that this old lady is going through, like, Lord, I would ask, oh, my dear lady, I'm so happy with you. Please, tell me what kind of a benediction you are looking for. What she would say? That, oh Lord, I'm carrying this bundle of wood in my this shoulder, right, on the left side. Could you please help me in taking it to the right side, right? Because it's so painful on the left side. Please help me in taking it to the right side. Right? Lord is there to really take her back to Godhead. And then what this old lady is saying, right? Please, take me this bundle of luggage, that wood, right, from left side to right side. This is all, right? Our acharyas are saying, whatever the Visaya Sukha that we might ask in this material world, this is like, taking this burden from one side to the other side. They are all sources of misery. They are there, whatever it will be, they will be there for a short time. That will be not there for forever. Why should you really ask for something? That's why Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't need anything, oh my Lord. Especially once again in this 7.10.7th canto, 10th chapter. He prays to Lord Narasimhadev. Oh Lord, I don't need anything. Yadi dasyasi me kaman varam svam varadarshava kamanam hrudi asambroham bhavatastu brune varam. You are Varadarshava, you are Varadaras. You are the king of the Lord who gives so many wonderful benedictions. And if you want to really give me any benediction, kamanam hrudi asambruham. Please remove all my material desires. Because as long as I have these material desires, I'll be really bound by these desires, like the shackles, by the chains. And when all my material desires will be removed, then I'll be free. And then I'll be completely, because sometimes I think, why I'm not able to chant sincerely, why I'm not able to study Bhagavatam, why I'm not able to serve sincerely, because we have so many material desires. My mind is always thinking here and there, and the Lord is there to give this love of Godhead, but we are thinking of this tiny, 1 rupees, 2 rupees, 5 rupees. The Lord is kind of, is there to give, crores and crores, which you cannot even imagine. We are so, caught up with the small coins, that is there. So this is one learning, this is one teaching that we can really learn from Prahlad Maharaj, that I don't need anything. When I am there in front of the Lord, I'm not there to do any business. I remember one devotee when I was saying that, that जब भगवान के पास जाते हैं तो ना कोई शिकायत ना कोई मांग, भगवान से कोई मांग नहीं, कोई शिकायत नहीं, जाके जस्ट भगवान के आगे just हाथ जोड़ के say that, oh Lord, thank you very much, whatever you have given it to me, and please ensure that you engage me in your devotional service. हमको आपके चरण में भक्ति करने का है ना. आपकी just what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, and all of you have attended our Madhumati Puskani Mata Sikshastakam seminar. Know what the devotees praise? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisa kamay, mama janmani janmanishwari bhavatad bhakti rahitu. Na dhan, na jan, na sundari, किसी की भी चाह नहीं है मेरे को, On that day, our Gita Mataji was asking a nice question. In Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada is also saying in the purport that even he doesn't want the liberation also. Why he doesn't want liberation? Why a devotee doesn't want even liberation? Anybody can answer? Why?
So that he can continue to serve the Lord.
Can continue to serve the Lord. Any other thoughts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So yes, I think Prabhupada want to say by that, in this world, at least we have association of devotees. At least with the association of devotees, I will continue doing that, or something like that.
So basically, right, like, yes, like if you see mathematically, right, like, there's a negative axis, there's a positive axis, and in between there is a zero, right? Yes, like in this material world is really negative, right? Minus 100, minus 20, minus 10, right? Like this mukti is like in a zero, like all we said, santi, 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 right? But then there is no positive interaction with the Supreme Lord. There is no service to the Supreme Lord. And devotee wants to really not only stay in the zero, but he wants to develop a relationship with the Supreme Lord, want to serve the Supreme Lord, in the mood of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Because it happens that if you don't have any relationship, if a person cannot remain in an inactive state. He wants to develop, love up. He wants to reciprocate with the Lord. He wants to reciprocate, the devotees of the Lord. And that's what we are talking about, the positive axis. That's why for a devotee, isn't it? Kaivalyam narakayate. Like, devotee for devotee, the Kaivalya, the so-called mukti, is like in a narka. It's like hellish life. Because there is no reciprocation with the Supreme Lord. So that's why he doesn't want to go into that so-called Brahma Jyoti or so-called Brahman. So that's why a devotee doesn't like to go there. He just wants, wherever it is. Sarga api varga narakesu api tulyartha darsanam. It doesn't matter whether it's a hell or heaven, as long as he is serving the Supreme Lord and his devotees. That is the quality of a devotee. So, is that devotee is happy only with his deliverance? In the next verse itself, we sang that beautiful verse. What is that beautiful verse we sang? That Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. In that 5.18.8, the next verse itself, it really talks about another beautiful verse that also, we should remember. He's saying, Swasti astu vishwasya khalo prasidhatam dhyayantu bhutani shivam mithodhiya manascha bhadram bhajata dadhokshaje avesyatam no matirapi ahetuki. He's saying that, yes, let there be good fortune in the entire universe. May all the Khala people, right? All the Khala people, all the envious people, they become pacified. And how they will become pacified? By manascha bhadram bhajata dadakshaje, by serving, by worshipping the Supreme Lord Adhakshaja. And so that they can be completely absorbed, without any thoughts in mind, they do that ahituki apratihata bhakti to the Supreme Lord. That yes, a devotee, he's always para dukkha dukhi. He's always thinking how the people will be delivered. Prabhupada, very beautifully says that, a devotee is just not happy, just in his own deliverance, and he's always thinking that, how the people will be delivered. The Krishna conscious movement spreads all over the world, and by the grace of Krishna, everyone accepts it. The thinking of envious people will change. everyone will think of welfare of others. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Sivam mithodhiya. In the material activities, everybody is envious of others. But in Krishna consciousness, no one is envious of anyone else. Everyone thinks for the welfare of others. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says that everyone's mind may become gentle by being fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. As indicated in Bhagavatam, Save Mano Krishna Padara Vindayo, and as advised by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 18.65, Man Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto. One should constantly think of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Then one's mind will certainly be cleansed. Cheto Darpana Marjana. Materialist may always think of sense gratification, but Prahlad Maharaj prays that by the Lord's mercy, that the Lord's mercy will change their minds and they will stop thinking of sense gratification. And if they think of Krishna always, everything will be all right. Some people argue that if everyone thought of Krishna in that way, the whole universe would be vacated because everyone goes back home, back to Godhead. Our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that this is impossible because the living entities are innumerable. If one set of living entities is actually delivered by Krishna conscious movement, another set will fill the entire universe. Hare Krishna. Isn't it so wonderful verse and the wonderful purport by Srila Prabhupada? Any questions or comments on these two verses that we chanted, 5.18.8 and 5.18.9, where in one verse we prayed that all our material desires be removed, our intent becomes pure. And in the second verse, we prayed that how this Krishna consciousness may spread everywhere, the entire universe. Swasti astu viswasya. Everybody becomes so auspicious. All people are so envious. Always thinking of myself. Oh, what's in it for me? I want to enjoy for myself. But all that propensity really goes away. Everybody really thinks for the welfare of others. Para dukha dukhi, para sukhe sukhi. Not that para dukhe sukhi or para sukhe dukhi. That how we should become happy, seeing the happiness of others. How we should have distress, seeing the distress of others, not the other way. How that will happen? Only by always being absorbed in remembering the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Savai Mano Krishna Padara. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments from anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for answering my question, remembering. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
I would request all of you that if you can remember these two verses and really take into your heart, not only this two verses, but as I said, please take into your heart, apply it into the heart and the life.
Can you put the verse in the chat, Prabhuji, so that we can copy paste it?
Yes, Mataji. We will send it in the groups as well. So this is 5.18.8 and 5.18.9.
Thank you.
And some time back we had done that two verses. Maybe our Deepak Prabhu can send that link as well. Along with Subhangi, we had sent that these two verses so that you can remember them nicely in our Cry for Krishna series. Okay, any other questions or comments from anyone on whatever we discussed today? And how we are preparing our mood for Lord Narasimha-dev's appearance.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद करना।
हरे कृष्णा।
बहुत अच्छे से समझाया आपने भक्त प्रहलाद जी के बारे में। हमने ऐसे तो भागवतम में नहीं पढ़ा है अभी तक, बट ऐसे ही सीरियल्स में देखा था और उससे कहीं ज्यादा आपने अच्छे से समझाया कि एक भक्त की क्या क्वालिटीज होती हैं, वो भक्त प्रहलाद जिसे हमें सीखने को मिलता है, वो आपने अच्छे से समझाया।
हरे कृष्ण
जी। और वो भक्त, वो हमारा वो जो सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन जिसको बोलते हैं, हमारा ये इंद्रियों के तृप्ति के लिए, और ये सब हम जब भगवान पर भरोसा करने लगते हैं, उन पर ट्रस्ट करते हैं, तो वो सारा कुछ छूट जाता है। ये भी आपने समझाया।
हरे कृष्ण।
जी। मैं कृष्णा की भक्ति कैसे करनी चाहिए ये भी आपने अच्छे से समझाया.
Yes.
टोटली ट्रस्ट, फेथ, अगर ये हो तो
Purity. हमको भगवान से कुछ बिजनेस नहीं करने का है. Lord knows, just like a parent knows what exactly is the need of the children. Similarly, Lord knows, हमको क्या अच्छा है, क्या बुरा है. And let's leave it to the Lord. What is good for us, what is bad for us, let him decide. Let not be ourselves. हमको भगवान से ज्यादा चतुर नहीं समझने का है.
चतुर भी तो नहीं हो सकते.
He is the most intelligent person.
जी.
Let him plan. And definitely a parent always thinking good for the children.
जी.
The quality of a devotee. Hare Krishna.
जी.
Have faith in the Lord that whatever he does for us, and it's good. And at the same time, we put our effort, and not only for ourselves and purifying our heart, but also be a humble instrument in sharing this, Krishna consciousness with others. Let's make a little bit humble effort, of sharing this Krishna consciousness with whoever we meet. And that's what it is. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Whoever we just inspire them, encourage them, right? To chant the name of Lord Krishna. Right? I didn't realize. I didn't change my.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Sorry, somehow I didn't change my background screen. It's still an official background screen is there. Okay. Any other thoughts, comments from anyone? Okay, then I think we are good. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. And I would like to remind once again that as we said that yes, we need to have that intensity of Prahlad Maharaj, how he was going through so much obstacles, but still he was progressing in his Krishna consciousness. Similarly, we should also do our part, and we said that how we should do our part by progressing in our Siksha levels. That yes, we are having this Siksha levels moving from like 1 round to 4 rounds, and we request all of you to take the next level of Siksha, that from 1 round to 4 rounds now, and with that, yes, please submit all your Siksha papers. Any questions or comments, or anybody has already started writing the papers, or any clarification anyone would you like to have on writing these 4 rounds of Siksha paper? And we will request to submit your Siksha papers to your leaders by next weekend. And if you need any help, the devotees are there to guide you, to help you there. Anybody have any questions on that Siksha levels? Why you want to have the Siksha, or while writing the papers, have you come across?
Yes, I wanted to know.
Yes, please go ahead.
Why we are going to write this exam?
Yes, just to show our commitments to the Lord that yes, we are making a baby steps in understanding the philosophy that Lord has given in Bhagavad Gita and what Prabhupada has given in his books. So that we just wanted to ensure that, like, yes, we are making our effort. So that's what we have a set of questions there in that Siksha papers. This is based on Bhagavad Gita, like chapter 1 or the Science of Self-Realization book. That chapter 1, there are some questions are there, and also some few questions from beyond birth and death, right? So there is a syllabus, right? Like as we said last time, right? For us to upgrade ourselves, right, from the level, because yes, Srila Prabhupada's expectation is that all the members of Krishna consciousness, all of us, should always chant, right? Should always remember the Lord, and that's what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. Satatam Kirtantoyam. Always we should chant the name of the Lord. But yes, definitely it's not possible. But at least, Prabhupada saying minimum 16 rounds we should chant. Minimum, right? We should learn this Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, or understand this philosophy. Like always, it seems very big, but as a child, goes through first standard, second standard, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard, 10th standard, and then 12th. Similarly, in our bhakti also, we have some standards. Like okay, now some of you have already started chanting 1 round for so many months now, right? Like just like a standard one child, he doesn't or she doesn't remain in that standard for years, right? Definitely he or she upgrades, to the next standard, right? To the standard 2 or standard 3 and so on, right? And then similarly, like here also, right? You have been chanting for 1 round, and then you proceed for next level is at 4 rounds, and then 8 rounds, and then 12 rounds, and then the 16 rounds. So usually this process is a quarterly process. So once you really go through it, like every quarter, like in a year, we'll be there chanting. Of course, some of you might be already chanting 16 rounds, as you said. But yes, formally we are taking that vow. We are committing in front of the Lord. But once we are committing in front of the Lord, we are getting the strength also from the Lord. Because once we say that, oh, Papa or Mommy, we want to do something, even if you are not able to do it, then Mama is there, Papa is there to help you out. But if you're not making that sincere effort, then right, we are losing ourselves the opportunity that is there. So yes, somehow or other, with the Lord's grace, we have received the association. How do you really take the next best use of it? And our like Hemu Mataji, she wants to go into the first track, and how quickly I can really, take Asraya Prabhupada, really go.
You're going about this thing. I'm just like a baby now. Nothing.
Like definitely, we make that effort. We make that sincere effort, and Lord is there to guide us. Lord is there to give the strength to us, because that's what we always sing this prayer. Ekaki amar nahi paya wala harinama sankirtana. We beg in front of Srila Prabhupada. On our own we don't have any strength. How to initially how to chant even 1 round. All of you had done so wonderful sevas during Kartik Damodar month. After that, 1 round, aise hi ho jate. How to wake up early in the morning. It happens like that. Similarly, now sometimes you have to, how to chant regularly, consistently every day 4 rounds. How to read or hear the sloka a day. It is happening. Just like we are eating sabji and chawal, and we are sleeping, and we are doing any other activity. Similarly, this also brings it. That's why Krishna consciousness is a way of life. We are really bringing that and making upgrading ourselves. So I would request all of you, without any fail, to just write those 6 papers and please submit. And if you have any issues, right, please let us know in whichever way we can help you. We would be very happy that that all the students, right, in the class, they give this exam, annual exam, right, and they proceed to the next standard. We would not really like any of our students to stuck in the standard 1 only. That is the kind of the smile that we get, right? The reciprocation or the result or the only ask that we have from our students. And I don't ask anything else, right? Like as we don't ask anything from the Lord, and we don't ask anything from our students also. What do you want? That all the students, they upgrade themselves and they get closer and closer to Krishna. Once they get closer to Krishna, that is our happiness. That yes, you are getting more and more attached to Lord Krishna. You are getting more and more, getting the bliss of Krishna consciousness. That is our happiness.
Prabhuji, is visiting ISKCON temple compulsory once a month or something like that?
Yeah, Mataji, I know in the virtual world and now with so many constraints, it might not be possible. So, right, yeah, at least you coming and attending the sessions, right? But if possible, definitely it makes a lot of difference. If possible, please do so, right? But I know in some cases it might not be possible, then it's okay. But yeah, at least all of you have been so regularly attending our virtual sessions, and that should really take care of it. But if possible, definitely would also encourage to attend some nearby temples and so on as well.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other questions or comments before we proceed ahead, or any Deepak Prabhu, Anand Prabhu, Sarna Prabhu, Chandan Prabhu, anybody would like to add anything? Deepak Prabhu, you would like to share about your Shiksha levels, how you took and
Nahi, Prabhuji. Nothing.
He was in the fast track category. He was always looking forward to it. Both Prabhuji and Mataji, they have been, really sincere students and now they are the sincere leaders. And a quality of a leader is first of all a sincere disciple. Yes, all these devotees, they have really gone through that process, and now we are encouraging others and take to this process. Okay, so thank you very much. So now let's proceed to the next part of our agenda.
We'll read through.
Yes.
Nectar of Holy Name.
Yeah. You can read through it.
Anybody would like to read?
Shall I read?
Sure, Mataji.
Yes. The nectar of the holy name. Devotional service begins with hearing the holy name chanted by a pure Vaishnava. Because the living entities are minute, atomic parts and parcel of the Lord, devotional service is already present within them in a dormant condition. Devotional service begins with Savanam, Kirtanam, that is SB 7.5.23, hearing and chanting. When a man is sleeping, he can be awakened by sound vibration. Therefore, every conditioned soul should be given the chance to hear the Hare Krishna mantra chanted by a pure Vaishnava. One who hears the Hare Krishna mantra, thus vibrated, is awakened to spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. In this way, one's mind gradually becomes purified, as stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Cheto Dharpana Marjanam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. When the mind is purified, the senses are also purified. Instead of using the senses for sense gratification, the awakened devotee employs the senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. This is the process by which dormant love for Krishna is awakened. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya, Leela 22.105.
Thank you very much. Yes, Sravanam Kirtana Vishnu Smaranam is the prayer, is the verse recited by Prahlad Maharaj. He has given that verse, how we should follow this Navavidha Bhakti. And out of that Navavidha Bhakti, yes, Nama Sankirtan is the rest. Tar Madhya Sarva Sreshta Nama Sankirtan. So let's continue to chant from our heart, this chanting of the holy name. By taking first the center of Panchasukha.
Ananda, Shriadvaita Radha, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti
हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।